Hello, 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 and welcome to tonight's Monday Night Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. I'm your host, Ben from the Lover of Tech channel, and we are, of course, live. Oh my goodness, we are tuned in, ready to go, and we're going to be talking about all things related to, of course, as you've seen in the title, the 1-inch smartphone main camera sensor titan of a phone, known as the follow-up to the Oppo Find X5 Pro, the Oppo Find X6 Pro. But we already have a near enough what feels like dead on arrival problem. You ain't going to be able to buy it, son. You can't buy this phone. What a frustrating carrot dangling exercise that we got here. And we're going to try and obviously discuss and find out, why is it that we cannot buy the Oppo Find X5, Find X6 Pro? After everything that we've gone through in terms of what they've been doing with their Find X series, what they've been doing with their Oppo Find and Flip 2 coming to other places outside of China, like in the UK, at a great competitive price, you can't buy the Oppo Find S6 Pro. We'll go through it. We'll dive through. We'll see what the phone has to offer in terms of what it's bringing in terms of, specs, performance, unique intangibles and everything. But, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. You cannot buy this device. And that is a big, big, big problemo. It's a big problemo, unfortunately. And it's crazy. It's just kind of mad still. But regardless, let's jump into the comments and let's see what's good with everyone. See who's in the chat. Of course, as we are streaming, go share it out on socials as well, because we are live. Let's jump into the chat, of course. Once again, the early bird catches the worm. It's Matt in the house. Of course, he's chilling today. He's not on camera, but it's fine. Don't worry. It's not that he's been relegated. It's just we've done some system upgrades and we needed to have a bit more time, and time goes a lot quicker. You can probably see him blurred in the back right here, just right here. But yeah, he's in the house. What's good? Where is the worm? He is the worm. Go away, you. Goodness. You know what you need to do. Folder. You are fired as a content creator. You should do it with the Vince McMahon voice. You're fired. That's the best fired voice ever. I'll do what Spurs did to Conte. Nah, that's cold. I'll do what Arsenal did to Palace. What's the top line? Yeet, what's good? Oppo, we don't like the colored folks camera. They better fix that, boy. I need to still do a camera comparison on there, man. You don't buy it from the Trade Shenzhen or Wonder Mobile. Oh, crazy stuff. But yes, tonight's topic is going to be around the Oppo Find X6 Pro. You know what? I'm not going to lie. More as of recently, I've low-key lost a bit of my mojo when it comes to live streaming, but I'm trying to bring the energy back. Your boy's been low-key burnt out, not because of any other bad reason. It's just like, man, there's just been so many impromptu trips, so many other projects to finish off, and so much business logistics, and everything's just been like, bruh. And by the time I get to the computer, it was just like crazy. So we did a bit of maintenance and upgrade. Shout out to the younger bro. He dusted it. My computer is so shiny. Looks so clean. I love it all over again. So we should be getting smoother and much more cleaner and consistent streams. And speaking of your Monday Night Tech and Chill Show stream, we are streaming and broadcasting in 4K UHD. So if you've got the capacity of the device and the bandwidth, select higher than 480p, go up to 720p, which is classed as HD, then go up to 1080p, which is classed as Full HD, then go up to 1440p, which is classed as QHD, all the way up to 4K UHD, 2160p for the crispiest live stream on Tech YouTube right now. Wonder Mobile. I'm done. And that's the problem. That's the problem. It has been restricted to a China only release for the Oppo Find X6 Pro. It is here. It is official. And last year with the Oppo Find X5 Pro, they really made a big, massive point and statement of intent with the Mari Silicon chip that they put in there to really accelerate their processing when it comes to images and also low light photography as well as low light video as well. There was so much focus on low light and really saw that come to fruition and come to shine with the Mari Silicon, and they really put their foot down in making a statement of intent. Now, I personally did get to use the Oppo Find X5 Pro. I did get to use it. I did get to spend time with it. I did what was my first and my only, unless I'm getting sponsored to do it, my only triple way camera comparison. Because let me tell you, doing a 3-way camera comparison in an edit is painful. 2 ways painful now. 3, nah. And the camera was not perfect. I already had my own personal gripes just based on image processing on darkened skin tones, and so many other different things. Like, I already had my own gripes and stuff. So there was that to consider. But regardless, it made a very strong statement of intent in terms of the chipset availability, the excellent haptic feedback, the build quality, obviously to everyone's preference, but the use of ceramic, even though it was a non-frosted finish, was really premium. But yeah, there were things that still needed to be improved and come along and be pushed forward. So now that we're here, at this time and stage, we are with the traditional non-moving parts solid state smartphones, like what we have with the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which is phone of the year so far. And let's just be honest, the phone to beat. With everything that we're seeing with the other devices from the Xiaomi 13 Pro series, as well as obviously the Oppo the Vivo X90 Plus, the onslaught of the 50 megapixel IMX 989 1-inch Sony sensors that are going in there with whatever optics that they're using, whether it's Hasselblad, whether it's Zeiss, or whether it's, I don't know, Leica, whoever, right? This is the level of competition that we needed to really get down and dirty to make sure that we're really putting the pressure on the market and the status quo, especially at this time where these solid state smartphones on a pro and ultra level have been really well established. But no, what it does unfortunately feel like is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And we're going to break down and go through what we think and what we have with the Oppo, right? And discuss why we are feeling the way that we're feeling. Let's go into studio mode quickly. Go into Chrome. Out of studio mode. Into Chrome. Bang. And here we are. Hopefully you all can see that we have here the Oppo Find X6 Pro. Now, there is a Find X6. Now, mind you, this is actually on the Chinese website, but obviously it's just been translated so you can see it. There is an Oppo Find X6 as well, which we'll have a quick glance over and see what the similarities are. But we've got Oppo Find X6 Pro as the main focus. Now, there were a decent amount of key people that when we were at MWC in Barcelona, some of them went to Malaga to actually have closed hands-on with the Oppo Find X6 Pro. So you actually saw their videos pop up on YouTube. That's where they were at for it. And, most of them disclosed it and said it, which was great. Like, it was really something I was excited to hear more of. And here we have it. What we're seeing right now is a behemoth of a triple camera system at the back. I'm really glad to first of all see they've actually put a periscope camera. Before, that 2x zoom from the Oppo Find X5 Pro last year. Why? Especially when Oppo have been one of the people that have really pushed periscope zoom. I never understood why they didn't put that. The 2x zoom was weird to me, but it's good to see a periscope zoom back. Let's play it. And the continued partnership with Hasselblad is in there as well. What do we have? Super light, shadow, triple main camera, shaping light, and painting shadows like a real world. Super light perception, periscope, telephoto. Let the telephoto span light and dark. Hasselblad mobile system video. Interpreting classics with technology. Interesting. And dynamic super light screen, peak brightness, just like being there. Peak brightness of 2,500 nits. I didn't know that. Pro XDR display. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a minute. You're not Apple, mate. While going with the branding, chill out. Chill out. You don't want to get caught out now. Harmonious and orderly, the beauty of a large vessel. Professional image, same inside and out. I do love the outer aesthetic with the vegan leather and the two-tone. Kind of reminds me of what Google used to do back in the day. So it's really good to see that contrast. I really, really like this. This really does look nice in terms of aesthetics. It does. I don't know about the huge camera ring at the back though. I'm still not 100% sold in the over boldness of such a design, but they've kind of made it look a little bit subdued. I don't know if subdued is the right word, but yeah, I mean, I kind of vibe with it. We've got 3 colors. Obviously, we've got the Desert Silver Moon. I love that name, Desert Silver Moon. Oh yeah, desert because of obviously the brown tanned vegan leather and then the silver. Silver's meant to kind of remember. Yeah, okay, I vibe with that. That's unique. That's good marketing. You've got the green. You've got the dark cloud. Ooh, nah, I would stick with the hero color combo. I like the two-tone. Yeah, I like the two-tone. A sense of security when crossing the mountains. And obviously you've got IP68 dust-proof water resistance. Enjoy every journey with peace of mind. Thank you. Appreciate that. Right. Let's look at the main thing that really, really stands things out, man. We got the camera. And front and center is going to be the 1-inch outsole wide angle, which has an f1.8 aperture, which is a super large aperture, optical image stabilization OIS, high transmittance glass lens, ALC sub-wavelength structure coating. I love all of these terminologies, even if I don't fully understand what they mean, because I'm going to go find out. And it's obviously powered by the Mirror Silicon chip. I don't know if it's an improved version of the first generation that they had in the Oppo Find X5 Pro, but regardless, it's great to see a dedicated neural processing chip for the image signal processor to really help accelerate things outside of what is built into the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Ultra wide, a freeform super ultra wide angle, which has a 1/1.5 inch sensor area with an f2.2 aperture, 110-degree wide field of view. Wow. Is that standard, or is that going to be with a fisheye mode? It might be with a fisheye mode, because if that's standard, wow, that's crazy. Freeform surface lens. Does it have autofocus built in with macro capabilities? I think so. Super light perception periscope telephoto, which again is the same 1/1.56 inch sensor, which is crazy, right? 65mm golden focal length. I like the sound of golden focal length. f2.6 aperture, which is great actually. It's mostly around f3.5, f4.9. Suspension, prism, anti-shake. Okay, we're going to look into that a bit more. 1-inch sensor. Again, 50 megapixels, 1-inch sensor. I personally think the 1-inch sensor is the correct approach. I mean, credit to Samsung for actually making a 200 megapixel first generation high-end sensor work in a flagship phone like this, which is fantastic to see. But I do prefer less megapixels, bigger sensor, bigger photo sites, especially when it comes to the micrometer pixels. But for what we're getting in terms of raw depth of field and also the low light capability and a cleaner image even before post-processing, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Ultra wide is great. Industry leading sensor size combined with the freeform lens can clearly reproduce even in the large scenes. I like that. I really do want to camera test this. And obviously the Hasselblad branding, full focus 4K HD. And it supports multi-focus 4K 60 high quality recording, bringing in richer lens. Looks interesting. Peak brightness, crazy, 2,500 nits. What is the asterisk for it? Because that's crazy. We've got, LTPO generation, granular display, refresh rate, dynamic, which is down from 1 hertz all the way up to 120 hertz. Obviously, it's QHD plus at 3168 by 1440p. Display, mate. Multi-brightness color, Dolby Vision Atmos. Okay. Pro XDR. Like, bro, could you... Man, you don't really want Apple to come after you, innit? Me, I'm shook, You're using Pro XDR. Extreme dynamic range, I'm guessing. You should have owned you, not me. And of course, the greatness that is of the 2nd generation Snapdragon 8 mobile platform, a new generation of flagship performance, which is 4 nanometers, 35% GPU and CPU increase. And obviously, you've got the Universal Flash 4.0, and you've got the low-powered double data rate Generation 5 Extreme RAM memory, which is the definition of the acronym, if you didn't know. Thank you very much. And obviously, software-wise, you've got ColorOS, which has some of the best all-around system haptics response that you can get on a smartphone that I've ever experienced. That's one thing I really, really took away from the Find X5 Pro. And of course, you've got the Superbook Charging with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with 50 watts wireless charging, and also 100 watts wire charging, which comes in the box. And it takes 10 minutes at a fastest charge to get the battery to 50%, and also supports ultra low temperature charging, and also stores charge stably extreme conditions as low as minus 20 degrees Celsius, equipped with a battery health engine, which is great to see. And obviously that's their hyper endurance. Instead of 800 charges, is 1,600 charges before it depletes down to 80% battery health. You do have the new Wi-Fi 7 standard, which is great for future compatibility, not future-proof. Future-proof is the wrong terminology. The right terminology is future compatibility. Love that. Love to see it. Color OS 13.1. Again, near enough the same thing across both sides. Interesting. All right, asterisk number 2. 2,500 nits is the local peak brightness when displaying HDR content. The maximum screen brightness is 2,200 nits. The global peak brightness is 1,500 nits. In addition, Oppo Find X6 Pro supports 1,440 hertz high frequency PWM dimming, which is pulse width modulation. Again, if you didn't know what that acronym meant, thank you very much. Ooh, what else? What other asterisks did we see that we missed and maybe would have clarified a couple of things? So optical quality is at 6x zoom. Okay, interesting. I like that, 6x. I like that, but I still feel like it needs a 3x zoom in there. Should have still gone for quad system. A 3x zoom for portrait mode really makes a huge difference. What else we got? Obviously, it's a dual spit cell at 2,500 milliamps across both. That's what helps with the Superbook charging to make it efficient, fast at all the charging stages. And Wi-Fi 7 requires an OTA upgrade system version to be enabled. Interesting. We ain't got nothing else. Let's move over to GSM Arena and have a look at some of the key elements that bring a point of concern for me, especially as someone that really values a complete camera experience. I know there's a lot of focus on here. Obviously, you've got a 6.82-inch display, 50 megapixel main sensor, 12 and up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and obviously in terms of the storage, you can pretty much see, what do we have? Platform. Yeah, up to 512 gigabytes and 256 12 gig RAM, 256 16 gig RAM, 512 gig 16 gig RAM, UFS 4.0 storage. Here lies in the problem that I have with what I'm experiencing here and what I'm seeing here. The selfie camera. I need someone to really drive home, why do we still have this limitation of 1080p 30 frames a second on the selfie camera? I still will never understand what's going on here. Right, 32 megapixel selfie, and we're still shooting 1080p. It doesn't make any sense. Bluetooth 5.3, and obviously you get the charger in the box as well, and you get some of the fastest wireless charging you can get, and you can do reverse wireless charging as well. This is an LTPO Generation 3 AMOLED display, and as great as the camera looks, man, we're gonna break down and see. And again, shout out to who did a camera comparison. I think it was Bored at Work. Yeah, Edabon. Bored at Work must have done a camera comparison, and I think a couple of other people must have done. I haven't seen anyone done a full comprehensive camera comparison as of yet. But it's hard to, because it's a China only model, right? Hold on. We are live. Ooh, put that through. Let me jump back into the comments and see what's good as well. First issue that I'm seeing with this Oppo Find X6 Pro. 1, it's a China only phone. 2, it's a China only phone. And 3, it's a China only phone. It's not coming here. Why? I have such beef and qualms with that. Why is it not coming here? And apparently, Max Jambo actually tweeted out that Oppo and OnePlus are looking to pull out of the European market. I'm gonna find a tweet and look at it and see like what's up with that. But it feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I've just gotten to this point where I think all the focus is forever going to be around photos. In this day and age where everyone is a content creator, right? Video on a smartphone, I've always said video on a smartphone was always important, right? Was always important. But video on a smartphone is even more important now in this day and age where everyone is a content creator. Everyone. When I say everyone, like your aunties or uncles can blow up on TikTok over one viral funny thing that they just put on their phone holder in their car and recorded and put it out there. Everyone is a content creator. So it's very imperative that every single one of your cameras is of the highest quality possible for the price that you've paid for. Very important. For the price that you've paid for, 1. And also allow you to have a frictionless experience to capture what you need and want at any given time, especially the ones that are going to help you capture the most important memories. Having a selfie camera that is capable with enough resolution to shoot 4K and it can't bugs me. It will forever keep bugging me. Stabilization was a problem before, and it's not that you couldn't enable it. It was just hidden in a place where it made it very hard to enable stabilization on a selfie camera. Why? Yes, we have 4K 60. And as people would pretty much say that 8K is pointless, we now have usable 8K video on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. I'd love to see it. 50 megapixel across the board is enough resolution on all the cameras. I don't know. From what I've seen, they've played to their strengths. Low light video looks incredibly clean. Incredibly clean. This is where the 1.8 sensor really helps before post-processing, right? The processing time and shutter time is excellent still, right? They've really, really clocked that well. I personally want to get into my hands and do a full comprehensive testing and really see how the user experience is like compared to before. I'm just in a rut because recently just went to Paris for the Redmi Note 12 series. Shout out to Jamie for that. Really, really appreciate the support for getting us out there. And I was talking to one of the guys in terms of just the frustration of seeing moves like this where one time it's here, one time it's not. One time you can get it, it's available here. Another time it's not. And it's all about cost and all these things. But there's certain things where my mind, when I'm thinking of where I come from in terms of work-wise, working in telco, selling these devices, before I got into this, some products, when you bring out on the top end, is about a statement of intent. And right now, the statement of intent Oppo have done right now is that they're not really about that life. They're about producing the products, but being about that life is about going the distance. Going the distance and showing a lineup that is progressive. What now happens to those customers that invested in the Find X3 or the Find X3 Pro or the Find X5 or the Find X2 and want to upgrade, or maybe they've got the devices in store and want to upgrade? Now the Oppo Find X6 Pro, if they've fallen in love with that product, doesn't exist. I saw that happen a lot in the past of OnePlus, where the customers that bought into the brand were happy with the brand, excited with the brand. Once it got to that cycle where they needed to upgrade in 2 years, 3 or 4, they walked into their carrier network stores, ain't there. That's it. You've lost them. You've lost them. And I just question that. I get maybe it's a cost effectiveness thing. What they've brought into with Hasselblad, the hardware that they've put in there, the optimizations, the unique selling points with the integration of the Silicon chip. I get all these things create an overhead where competing at that same 1,000 or plus 1,000 price point. Like last year, the Oppo Find X5 Pro was £1,049. And now considering Google are bringing out their device at the Pro level at £850, that's a big difference. That's a massive difference of £200. Maybe they can't compete. Maybe that's the reason why. I can't. But you've got to be in this to play. At this stage in your 6th generation Pro device. And I'm not having a go because I feel like the phone isn't good. No, I feel like the phone is that damn good. Maybe not as good as a complete package as the S23 Ultra, potentially, but that could be subjective as well. When you're using phones, there's a lot of intangibles that really shape how you respond to it. I had that same feeling when I was using the S21 Plus. The S21 Plus ended up being my favorite S-series phone in the S21 series, even though I really, really liked the S21 Ultra. It was the same for the S22 Plus. The S22 Plus, I even went as far as dubbing it as the nicest Samsung phone ever made outside of the S7 Edge. Obviously, this time around, the GOAT or phone of the year so far is the S23 Ultra. But there's a lot of intangibles, and I just feel like there's so much to this phone that could have really, really spun and done such a great job in a competition, and we were all expecting it. And I think all that was surrounded by the phone in the early access was shocked that last minute, nope, you ain't getting this phone in your country, ain't global, China only. You're like, at this point, your enthusiasm to even talk about a device that you can't buy, regardless as great as it is, becomes the biggest carrot dangling exercise you're going to get. And I'm just there thinking, is this what we're going to keep getting? Is this going to be, you're here next year, you're here not next year, you're here next year, you're not? Is this what we're going to be doing? I just hope, my personal opinion, without sounding too ranty, I just hope Oppo figures it out, because we need that competition. We need it. We need it big time. We need it big time, because if not, yes, it's going to be more proof of concept, and I would understand it for foldables, but normal traditional solid-state smartphones, we need to break away from this, and I hope they find a way to break away from this. I hope they can bring a global version or key market version of the Oppo Find X6 Pro, and I hope this notion of they're pulling out of the European market is not true. I really hope it's not true, but if it is, it would be a damn well shame, and it's a damn well shame in the current state that we are right now of the Oppo Find X6 Pro that it is not coming to Europe. The Oppo Find X6 Pro is here. Problem. You can't buy it. That being said, let's jump back into the chat and see what's good with everyone. And Tor Harrington. What's good, Tor? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hope you are safe. It's here, but you can't buy it, so how is it there? Exactly the point. That is the conundrum. That is the kerfuffle and the conundrum right there. It's here, and it's nowhere at the same time. Portland, Jamaica in the building. What's good, Bailey? What's good? What's going on? Yes, we are crispy 4K in general. If you've just joined the live stream and you didn't know, you're unaware, your Monday Night Tech and Chill show is brought to you by yourself, Ben, your host from the Lover of Tech channel, and we do broadcast this in crispy 4K UHD. So if you've got the capacity of the device and the bandwidth, most importantly, select higher than 480p, which is SD, go up to 720p, which is HD, then up to 1080p, which is Full HD, then 1440p, which is QHD, up all the way to 2160p, 4K UHD for the crispiest live stream on Tech YouTube right about now. Yes, Sean, long time no see. Absolutely long time no see. Welcome back to the Tech and Chill show, my friend. Hope you're well. That pause was suspect. Insert paid sponsorship here. This guy. You heard of the rumor that Oppo are leaving the EU markets like UK. Wonder if it's related to China. Only release of the Find X6. Well, yeah, we did mention it on the stream, and it's. I don't know, man. I'll hold my breath and hope it's not true. Yes, the man, the fire, the myth, the dragon, Jimmy Fire Dragon. What's good? Hey, sorry, I'm so late. Just read the notification. Apologies, we did set it up late today, so the notifications would have been feeding out slower than usual. So apologies for that, my friend. We're going to do better to set up from midday. Thankfully, that rumor was fake and not real. Oppo confirmed it themselves. Okay, nice. Love your videos. Really, really appreciate the support, man. Appreciate you being here to watch. Thank you for the support. Is much appreciated. How you doing? How you doing? The main man board at work. Yes, Colonel Sangala himself. Max Tech did an unbiased camera test with the X6 Pro against the iPhone 14 Pro. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to the Max Tech crew. I do need to go watch that. But I want to do the Lover of Tech camera comparison out there, you know? I got my own flavor. I got my own style. I want to add that, and I want to showcase you all as my audience, as you know. Yeah, there's hoping that there's going to be a global release in a month or two. No more than 3 months. Jimmy's here. We can pause the search party. Thankfully, that rumor was fake, though, Ben. Yes. Remember to stay hydrated. Yep, as stated, I do need to drink up. Oh, man. Pour me one. Stay hydrated. Thanks for the reminder. Water is my favorite drink. Oh, without it, I'm a miserable sod. Yo, the creator of the Saturday Night Tech Fight. Tech Kim Mike, baby. What's good? What's good? Thank you for joining tonight's Monday Night Tech and Chill show. Remember to like, share, everyone. Hey, phones are no different than cars. Markets have different needs, so they play to that. Just like some cars never hit other markets, same with some phones. And that is true, but there's a consistency with that. Right? There isn't a consistency with this one. There's a consistency with that. And we're going to stop because talk about an entrance of all entrants to really show what's good. The homie, what's good technically T, drop in that effectively $20 super chat in there direct to show the support. Bro, as always, man, thank you for coming into the stream. I've low-key lost my mojo to stream, so I'm trying to push it back to a place where it's really, really worth, you know, streaming on a consistent basis. But we push through, we get it done. We're at 19 concurrent viewers. You've joined, you've dropped a smacker of a $20 super chat in there. I really, really appreciate the support, bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming through. We're talking all things Oppo Find X6 Pro and how it's here, but, bro, you can't buy it. You can't buy it. A phone that usually wouldn't be an import for us here in Europe, it's an import now. Chinese only. You can't buy it. So letting the super chat sit there, showing their appreciation, bro. We will chop it up. I promise you. Like, I'm even. I've just got back. I'm away another 2 days, tomorrow and Wednesday. And even when I'm coming back, I'm at back. Too many things. Too many things, my brother. Apologies, but we'll chop it up. Again, thank you for the support. Really appreciate you, homie. Really appreciate you, homie. I can't wait for iPhones and Pixels to use 1.8-inch sensor. I was going to say that isn't going to happen, but that actually could happen because, you know, Apple have gone high resolution and bigger sensor now with the 48 megapixel sensor, and Google have done the same with their transition from the 12 megapixel sensor to the 50 megapixel sensor on the Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 7 Pro. It's interesting. Yeah, they could use a 1-inch sensor soon, and I hope so. What's good, people? Josh Evans, manager of the Cut Down series and the Cut Down channel. Definitely in-house. We're recording this, so definitely chop this up. Highlights as well as shorts. I'm going to post some more. I have slacked with my short form content posting. Apologies, people. I'll get back onto it. From midday, not the Pro Max, just correcting myself. They've got the same camera system. It's the same. Here's hopefully something that is similar to launch for the global release of the 12SU and the Find N2 Ultra, which was about Ultra. Find N2 Fold, you mean? Okay. Why does Google refuse free repair on my phone's faulty display? Dude, you gotta speak to Google. I have no idea. I'm not sure. Very glad to see you all hydrated, Ben. Of course, we've got to stay hydrated. Got to stay fresh. Oh, yes, the 1-inch sensor on the Pixel would be so good. Yeah. I feel like, how long did we have the 12 megapixel sensor on the Pixel series for? I think we won't see a 1-inch sensor upgrade until a Pixel 10. Pixel 10. Hopefully, maybe the Pixel 8 line, if not the Pixel. I reckon the Pixel 10. I think they will do half a decade or 5 generations of the main camera hardware before they upgrade. I personally think. Ben, what's your estimate for a clamshell Pixel? Ooh! All I know is Google I/O is on the 10th of May, and boy, stay tuned, because best believe there's going to be some products being announced. Find to flip. I loved your videos, Uncle Ben. Oh, okay, it's one of the girls, Nevea, Maya, and Mila. I'm guessing it's all you girls. Thank you. I'm glad you like the videos. Sorry, typing too quick. Now type away. A Pixel 10. Yeah, I think so. The reason why I say that is we got up to 5 generations of Pixel using 12 megapixel sensors for the main. And we just got the reset with the Pixel 6 in terms of Android 12, the visual look of Pixel, the camera hardware support. I think we're going to have 5 generations of that 50 megapixel sensor, or iterations of that 50 megapixel main sensor, before we move up to 1-inch. And I think they're going to go the 1-inch route rather than going the high megapixel route of 108 or 200 megapixels or whatever. Do you mean the cameras they're using for the Pixel 7 series right now? Yes. Just imagine the Google camera magic on a massive sensor like that. That would be pro camera quality. Maybe Pixel Ultra. Maybe Pixel Ultra for sure. I.O. would be so good. Pixel Fold and Android 14. Here we come. Of course, there's a lot of developer previews of the Android 14 build at the minute. Definitely go check out the homie, Damian Wild, over at 9to5 Google. He is king of software video upgrades and update videos for Android and Pixel to be Pacific. Yeah, I said it, Pacific, not specific. Pacific. How's your day been so far, Ben? Bruh, my day's been 100 miles an hour. My day's been moving mad at 100 miles an hour, but it's been good. It's all good problems. It's all good problems, but I need a cloning facility. I need at least one Ben for Microsoft, one Ben for Sam Mobile, one Ben for Lover of Tech, one Ben for Lover of Cars. Minimum. I need 4 versions of me. 1-inch smartphone iPhone would be dope. That's approaching APS-C size of my XT3. Imagine that with Apple's image processing. I would say that's more closer to an RX camera and maybe Micro Four Thirds in some capacity. Not APS-C. APS-C sensor size is still far off. It's still far off. So your XT3 is still way ahead. I mean, like, still way ahead. Like, XT3 is a beast. The XT3 is still a beast. Oh, the XT3. I remember the XT3. Good times. And XT8. Fujifilm is a 1.11 inch. Very busy. Very busy is an understatement, mate. I think I can do very busy. What I mean is just literally just thinking. Whew. So Oppo Find X6 Pro. You are looking unfamiliar at Lover of Cars, bro. Leave me alone. Ugh. Your job is that of content distribution manager. You're meant to hold the fort. That's your job. So you keep doing that. I'm still getting us ready, prepped for summer. So we're gonna be doing off-season content. Is gonna stop soon in terms of shorts. It's gonna stop soon, and we're gonna be moving to actual physical stuff. We're having nice days and long daylights like what we're getting right now. Where officially we are on the first full day of British summertime BST in the UK. And what a great way to start where the weather was banging, but I couldn't even go for my run because my calf muscle is deciding to be an enemy of progress. When Apple and Google start doing ultra phones, things are going to be serious again. And I do agree. Ben, I'm retired. That reaction, I'm retired. Trust me, like, bro, like, I'm tired, man. Like, I'm tired. A holiday for me right now would be a week of sleeping and being an utter bum. That's like, I dream of that now. I wake up and I'm like, oh, it was just a far distance dream. I have to be awake. But there's some sick stuff coming though. So watch out for it. Watch out for it. We've got some amazing stuff lined up for you in April into May. Like we're trickling. Q2 for Lover of Tech Media across all entities is looking juicy. And what we got lined up in May could finally really boost and kick off what Lover of Cameras is all about. That is another one I can't wait for. Yeah. Watch out. Talk to Jack. Talk to the Jack Samurai Jack. Don't know why that came into head. Oh yeah, you've seen the clocks change. Yep, changes 1 o'clock Sundays. All of a sudden becomes 2 o'clock and you're done. Micro Four Thirds is only 0.85 inch sensor. Nah, dude, I think you got your sensor size mixed up, Josh. Low key. Because that makes it seem like the Micro Four Thirds is smaller than a 1 inch sensor, which it's not, dude. Anyway. Whew. Should be good. What else we got? In the world of some odd tech ad hoc news. What else has been going around comes back around. The Galaxy A54 and A34 and A54. Yeah, I missed my hands-on briefing. There was a conflict. It was a bit last minute. I still ain't got my review units come through yet. I don't know if I'm going to get my review units come through yet. I'm still waiting for my review units for the Galaxy S23 Plus and S23, if that's even going to come through yet. So I don't know. I'm holding my breath. And breathing out and hoping that it will come. But the Galaxy A54. And then we're going to compare and put the A53. We'll mention that. We'll go for it. Here we have what we've got. So 120 hertz on both now. High brightness, 1000 nits. That's increased on the Galaxy A54. Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and on the front for both, but obviously on the back you've got plastic, from what I believe, on the A34. Android 13 with One UI 5.1 out of the box, and then obviously in terms of the chipset, you've got Exynos, which still lives. 1385nm chip compared to the MediaTek Dimensity 1080, which is on a 6nm chip. And of course, you've got micro SD card on both, which bring it back to flagships. Nope. Right? 128 gigs, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gig, 8 gigs of RAM, and I don't think you get that in Europe. I think it's just a 1SKU, 128 gig, 6 gigs of RAM. You can obviously do RAM extension or RAM Plus, as Samsung calls it. The camera configuration is what you're seeing in terms of the difference with the A54 and the A34. With the A54 having a 50 megapixel main sensor f1.8 with face detection, autofocus, and optical image stabilization (OIS). A 12 megapixel ultra wide with 123 degree field of view with a 1.12 micron pixel size. F5 megapixels macro sensor with an f2.4 aperture. Where that changes with the A34 is a 48 megapixel main sensor with an f1.8 aperture, and it's a 1/2.0 inch sensor. That kind of reminds me of the IMX586 sensor. That spec looks very suspect to the IMX586 sensor, the legendary IMX586 sensor that we first saw in the OnePlus 7 Pro. 8 megapixel ultra wide at 1 f2.2, so obviously it's not capable of shooting 4K. I don't even know if the ultra wide is capable of shooting 4K on the A54, but I'd love to test it. Do a lot of tech camera comparison style to really put it down. And yeah, 4K 30, no 4K 60, and you've got 1080p. Okay, interesting. No 4K 60. I would have loved to have seen 4K 60 on the A54, at least on the main sensor. So the Pixel 6a is got it, you know, kind of cooked in that retrospect. And you've got stereo speakers. Okay, interesting. And you've got Wi-Fi 6. And then we've got Wi-Fi 5 on the A34. Yeah, but it looks like from what I'm seeing. But both of them do have Bluetooth 5.3, which is interesting and good to see. No charger in the box. 5,000 mAh battery on both. And 25 watts wire charging. They've really aligned the design to be in line with the Galaxy S23 series, especially the standard S23 and S23 Plus. But obviously what you do have with the front display is the Infinity U, as well as obviously the inbuilt hole punch selfie, which, yeah, we're looking at £445 and then £354. I guess Samsung are. I mean, it's the A54 is really the one that you want to go for, right? It is the more compelling package. It is the more compact, more put together design. Obviously, it's 6.6 inches on the A34 because so it is slightly physically bigger. Yeah, interesting. I've had a tainted experience with the A series, especially with the A52. Oh, the A52 really did a number for me where it really scarred me. It's left me just in a PTSD mode. I do like the look of it. I really do want to get hands-on with it to really just get to grips with how it is, right? Google it. Oh, I feel like Google might be wrong, Josh. I feel like Google might be wrong. We're going to get you to 100K subs this year. King of Tech. Now, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Again, I take each day as this comes. YouTube is just... YouTube, yeah. I'm telling you, YouTube is tough. But we move. We get it done regardless. As Fugnificent said, YouTube beef. Do you think Vivo will bring their next-gen flagship line to the UK, as I think we're going to get the X90 Pro on Amazon? Thankfully, I don't think so. I think bringing it to UK is more than just putting it in Amazon. It's all about carrier acquisition. In the Western world, you really want to get into a place where you have at least 2 carrier positions, not mobile virtual network providers, not MVNOs, but the core 4. You need at least 2 of them to really to be in a position where you can flex and you can work with them. So we are both kind of right. A 1-inch sensor is named for horizontal dimensions. Micro Four Thirds and APS-C sizes are said more diagonal. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Both truth can be in existence. But your APS-C Fuji X-T3 has a crop magnification equivalent of full frame of 1.5x. You are fine. You are fine. These 1.8 sensors on the smartphones are great, but they're more akin closer to an RX camera. So you're good. CH Gadgets, what's good, Colin? Wagwan, what's up? It's been a while, Colin. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you are well, my friend. Thank you for joining tonight's Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. We are close to the 1 hour mark. We're on 51 minutes, closing in. Shout out to everyone that's joined. Really, really appreciate it. We are slowly easing back in. We're slowly easing back in. Like, I feel the tingling in the juices and the excitement of being in the moment and streaming. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Being a little bit burnt. Look, listen, I pretty much run on daily burnout, vibes, and determination. What just happened in the balance of burnout, vibes, and determination, burnout just creeped in a little bit, kind of stole my joy. So I'm trying to settle it back down into its normal capacity. Like, I'm never not burnt out. Like, I'm cooked. I'm always ripe and cooked. But I just put more vibes and determination to overtake it and just kind of muddy it out. And I've got great help around me as well. So that also helps. Yes, APS-C and MFT are bigger than a 1 inch. Of course, I was thinking of 1 inch being the diagonal. You see, you're just being too clever, mate. Don't be a politician when it comes to tech. It's not good. I'm doing good, bro. I'm glad to hear you are doing well. Tanner's so lit in the house. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope you're well. What up? 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 The man for Shot-Town himself. What's good, bro? If I ever come to Shot-Town, I need a fresh fade. As always, man. My bro. And I need to see you working in progress when it comes to getting the beats down. Happy to hop on the stream. Appreciate you being in the comments, being here, Colin. CH Gadgets in the house. Thank you, my bro. Hope you are safe and hope you are well. Well, they said try 3 and maybe O2. Whoever you're going to try, whoever you're going to get in bed with for your carrier acquisitions to be possible in any capacity, you need at least 2 out of the 4. You can get all 4, you are winning and you are in a great position. But you need 2 mainline carriers. And if you don't get the other 2, then you slip into the MVNOs and you get that in. I got you, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you. I will be in Chicago when the time permits for it. Drop your questions in. We've got a couple of minutes and we are shutting shop. So it's the Q&A session at the moment. So keep it flying, keep it going, keep it good. In pro video, I do most things by diagonal size and ratio. Hard habit, bit to break with the consumer tech. Hey, you got to break it. You got to speak our language. You go to pro video, you become like a politician, my friend. Well, sure, Voxy is great. Yeah, Voxy's great. Voxy's a young, hip MVNO derivative of that is Vodafone, the oldest network in the UK. Any other questions that you've got tech related, drop them. We've got a couple of minutes and we are shutting shop and we are signing out. Boom. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And or Tesco Mobile Sky, as they both thankfully do not Yeah, that is the tactic. That is the tactic. But bringing it to UK is more than just sticking in Amazon, right? Amazon do, in some cases, on some of their phones and some of their products, allow you to do a 5 monthly plan. If you've got a long-term Amazon account, 5 monthly plan, no credit check, no credit history needed. You just need to have a credit card on your account and you can pay over a 5-month period, which is great. Love that. It is really hard to get all carriers at the same time because everyone wants to be exclusive deal to the competitive. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It's one of those things where it's not about getting all the carriers, but if you in the Western world want to be taken seriously, the acquisition methods in the Western world is completely different. Not many people, majority of customers in the Western world and the developed world, do not buy their devices outright. It's done over monthly payment plans, mainly through your carrier network, because they just subsidize the plan with the phone rather than having to get the phone separately and then look for a plan to subsidize with, right? It's all integrated and intertwined. It just makes it easier for the person rather than going to 2 places, 2 different places. You go to the carrier network and you get both at the same time. Your handset plan is subsidized, your network plan is subsidized altogether and put. So we are pretty much going to be shutting shop for tonight. Tech and Chill Show Unplugged on the Monday. It's the first official full day of British summertime. And what's great about British summertime, I'll tell you this, it's not the fact that we get great weather, because we are not guaranteed great, hot, and consistent weather. We're just not. We'll probably get that once or twice during the summer and mostly rain. But what is great, peak summertime, it gets dark at 10 p.m. and sunrise is at 4 a.m. Maximum daylight. And what I especially cannot wait for is finally a fresh challenge outside of what we have with consumer tech and going into car reviews. Can't wait for that on Lover of Cars. And if you haven't checked out Lover of Cars, definitely go check us out. Our main platform that we're really blowing up on, that we're having great success on, is of course TikTok. Lover of Cars, all a separate word. Then check us out over on Instagram, and then the bottom barrel, which is YouTube, where the content goes to die, because YouTube does not care about fresh discoverability, unfortunately. I do buy outright, but as we've established, I'm not the average consumer. That's true. And even the non-average consumers, bro, still don't buy outright. I know some pro-level top-end users that don't do content like me that still don't buy outright. Did you see GSM Marina article with the Vivo X Fold was spotted with the 8 Gen 2 with a score of over 1.3 million on Antutu? So more 5 minutes, much more sunlight. Yes, they mean that. You're writing too quick. Can't wait for the Realme GT5 Neo SE review on the 3rd of April, Sunday. Interesting. Oakley doke. All right, people. Sheesh. I wish I was that rich to buy outright. It just doesn't, it's just each of their own. But all right, people, we're going to be shutting shop. We are pretty much done for tonight. We've hit the hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, stay locked in, stay subscribed. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all future streams, as well as all the latest videos, short form, long form, on the Lover of Tech channel, as well as across all of Lover of Tech media as an entity. Go follow us over on Lover of Cars on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and also hit us up with the cut down as well, where you get all the short bites and the full section highlights of the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged, and soon to be reignited, the Lover of Cameras. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. Catch you in the next one. Peace.